legs up. You can't win when you're sitting on your butts. Got the team with me and we going off trust. Do it for the thrill and a race and a rush. Everybody stand up, fight for your rights and your life is a must. Strive to survive, take flights, live it up. You can try, but you can't land quite like us. Overtime, 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 holiday bonus and pay raise. Do the work, don't complain, we just make ways. Now you see why we on different pay grades. Now you see why we on different pay grades.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of You Hear Me podcast, powered by none other than King Society. King Society is knowledge, it is intelligence, it is never giving up, and it is goal setting. And this podcast is designed to be a platform to have fun, exciting conversations and open discussions about real meaningful topics. I am your host, King Solo. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very, very special guest and my man, Joe Johnson. Say what's up to the people, man.
What's up, man? What's up, what's up, what's up? I'm excited to be here. Shout out to everybody, man, especially in Charlotte, North Carolina. We here.
East Coast, that's what's up. Before we get started, man, I want to just go let the people know a little bit about yourself, man. So he's a professional actor. He's the vice president of the United Wealth Education. He is a 26-year-old, six-figure business owner. Got to give you a round of applause for that one. He's self-employed, he's a producer, he's a director, and he specializes in financial literacy. We're talking credit, we're talking budgeting, we're talking debt. A lot of things that we all can need some help with. But let's get right to it, man. 26 years old, man, and a six-figure business owner. How did this transpire? Like, how did this come about?
Yeah, man, I'm grateful. You know, I have a phenomenal team. And so pretty much it was 2019. And one of my buddies, he reached out to me via Facebook. And he's like, yo, I want you to check out this business opportunity. It may or may not be something for you, but, you know, let me know what you think. And so, of course, I was open, especially at a time in my life where things were not easy. My credit was personally jacked up. I wasn't driving at the time. I was working as a part-time server at a restaurant called Chili's. And so, yeah, man, it was an experience for sure. And so he reaches out. I checked out the information. I loved it. And I got started. I invested into the business. So it's a franchise. And we pretty much just expanded, man. Within 6 months, I made a decision to quit my job, started going full-time with the business. Within 10 months, we started doing $100,000 a month in sales revenue. And so since then, been going 2 years strong now. So it's been massive.
Hey, that's a blessing, bro. You can't look back, man. And I want to say you took a risk. I want to say I heard it on your page, man, where you said you had went out to Vegas on a one-way.
You heard that? Yeah.
And I was like, talk about some risk, high rewards, man. That's dope. That's super dope, bro.
Absolutely. I've always been somebody that if I'm going to go in, I'm going to go all in, you know? And so that was huge because it was at that position where my team was like, yo, we're going to this huge event. It was a massive opportunity to network, to train. And I'm like, I can't be the only person, especially as my team. That's like the coach not going to the Super Bowl. You know, it just doesn't make sense. And even though I didn't necessarily have the finances to match the dream, I went ahead and jumped at it anyway, man. And we figured it out. I prayed. I got to work. A lot of people, they get stuck on the prayer part and the hoping and the dreaming. But I said, no, we're going to take action. Within 3 days, man, I raised enough money to get a one-way ticket, made it to Las Vegas, was there for a week. I got back. My check was like over 4 digits, so it made up for everything that I would have lost. So, yeah, it's crazy.
Blessings, bro, blessings. And the youth can learn something from that. Not only did you pray, but you put the feet to work. You know what I mean? That's huge. You put the action behind those words.
Absolutely.
Man, moving right along, we're going to talk about financial literacy. This is a huge topic. What is the ideal credit score for people not out there? What is that ideal credit score that can feel like I go get me a house tomorrow? I go get me a brand new car tomorrow. What is that credit score?
Yeah, so ideally you want to be between like 780 and 850. If you can be between 780 and 850, you said nice. Like that's like going to the lot, leaving my Benz with no down payment. You know, like that's great. So the average American, unfortunately, has less than a 599. So you can see the difference, right? And when I say average, I'm talking about over 100 million Americans got bad credit, over 100 million. So yeah, the average range is definitely between 780, 850 is the cap. That's the biggest you can get. But honestly, if you have a 760, that's pretty good too. But if you want perfect, 780 to 850 will be right where you need to be at.
That's dope, bro. That's super dope. And when it comes to credit, let's talk about like credit cards. Say for instance, credit score plays a pivotal role into credit cards and things of that nature. The utilization rate on credit cards, is it 30%? Is it what is that number that'll keep you on the good side to where you can start knocking on the doors of those bigger credit card companies for a business or things like that?
For sure. So 30% is the max, right? That's where we say like that is your general, keep it around that area. But to be honest, like the people around my clients who have that 750 and above, they always are pretty much around that like 4 to 9% when it comes to their utilization. They're keeping it extremely low because the lower you can keep it, the better off you look to the bureaus and lenders, because it looks like you're not desperate for money. You don't need to max out your credit every month. Now I tell people, if you're gonna spend all 30% or all 100% of your utilization, then pay it 3 days before it's due. Some people be like, I'm gonna wait till the last day, knock it out, not realizing that sometimes it takes a couple of days, over 24 hours for your credit card company to process the month. So then it looks like your payment actually transfers to the next month. You see what I'm saying? So that ends up messing a lot of people up because now your utilization is gonna go up and you're thinking like, I made all my payments, but you did it over the time. So yeah, you wanna stay within less than 30%. So if you got $1,000, don't just be spending $1,000 just because you have it, right? Yeah. Try to spend 30% of that and that'll keep you at a great, great month.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. That's a great lesson because when I first got into the credit card game, bro, I was swiping, and I finally learned that 30%. I know better, you do better. So that's what we try to stick to. And right now, bro, we're gonna kick it to our sponsor today. Our sponsor today is Amani Community Service.
Amani Community Services is a domestic violence and sexual assault agency serving the state of Iowa since 2014. It is the only culturally specific agency in Iowa and was formed to serve the needs and interests of African Americans who have been traditionally underserved. While Amani Community Services is a culturally specific agency, we serve everyone. So why are our services culturally specific? Culturally specific services are designed with a focus on the values, behaviors, expectations, norms, and worldview of the culture, which is emphasized at every level of service delivery. Amani Community Services offers individual and group counseling, personal and legal advocacy, referral to children programming, and more. All of our services are free and confidential. For more information, call 563-564-5392 or call our 24/7 crisis line at 888-983-2533. Amani Community Services, envisioning a world free from abuse through peace, love, and understanding.
All right, and now we back, man. So debt is a huge topic. I mean, the country's in debt. I mean, a lot of people have debt. What advice could you give an individual who may have a lot of student loans or just an individual who have a lot of credit card debt or anything like that? Is it best to get them paid off right away? Is it best to consolidate? Like, which route should people go and try to get those bills and that debt cleaned up?
Yeah, man. Yeah, debt sucks. I mean, there's no way around
that, man. No way around it.
Right? But I'll tell you, the reason why the rich stay rich is because they get into debt, but they get into positive debt, right? They leverage other people's money, and so they get into debt on paper, but when it's not their money, it's not their bread, they can then, pickpocket out of the bank's funds or other allocations, and so that's where the goal is to be. But the average American, obviously, stacked up on credit card debt, student loans is huge. The real cure to that, make more money. And I know it sounds simple, but we got to start looking at this game like a bigger picture. And having that one job, that 1 9 to 5, it's not enough. And most people, to be honest with you, are living above their means, meaning that you got somebody in 1 year, they making $60,000 a year, but they spending about $59,000 of that because they're living paycheck to paycheck. They got bills that are way up above their living expenses, right? They need to be having. But then there's somebody who's making $30,000 a year and they only spending about $20,000. That person is richer beyond means.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Because you gotta live below your means. You gotta put yourself in a position where you don't have too many liabilities. Most Americans have liabilities. Mm-hmm. We have, and what I mean by that is we have things that we think is gonna get us basically more money and more looks. Clothes, our people, chains, I know we hear it all the time.
Everybody gotta have one. Everybody gotta have one.
Gotta have one. And the thing is, you can have 2, 3, 4, 5, but be smart about it. Like one thing I love about my mentors, they pour into me. They always say like, have your business, have that pay for your lifestyle. Most people who are living in super debt, man, they're having their income pay for their lifestyle, which is another
passive income that's supposed to pay for that lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Yes,
so
sir.
when it comes to debt, yeah, like it's tough, and the key is just to live below your expenses. If you can do that, like, and to be honest with you, I'm 26. I'm still learning that. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, you know what I mean? I'm not living perfect. There's times I'm like, matter of fact, I just purchased. You might saw it put it on Facebook. I just purchased the Oculus. The Quest headset. Like, you know what I mean? Like real quick.
I saw you asking about it.
I'm trying to tap in.
I'm gonna go have fun with the Oculus.
No, the virtual reality. Mark Zuckerberg just announced his new metaverse, so like I invested into that. But like, is it gonna give me too much money back? No, but could it help a lot of things? Absolutely. Beyond just social, you know, it's so many other things you can do with the program. I'm gonna take advantage of it as far as marketing, a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, man, when it comes to debt, it's the biggest thing is to live below your means. So if you are only making, you know, $4,000 a month, don't have rent that's going to be costing you, you know, $2,200, $2,300 just because you want to look cute for the grand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, social media is a mug, like, if we say so. You know, that's an animal in itself because everybody's trying to keep up with the Joneses. Everybody trying to live a lifestyle that it ain't what it is.
That's right, bro.
That's real. Bro, you a vice president.
Yeah.
You are a VP, man. Of the United Wealth Education. So I was scrolling on the website, bro, and one of your products that you all do is turning credit to rent. Explain how we can leverage living, paying rent for the most part.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. I love that you looked it up too. So that's one of my favorite tools, a part of our arsenal, because we have so many in regards to financial literacy. But basically, every month, our renters are making their payments on time, hopefully. That's the idea, right? But what happens is every month that you pay it, nothing's happened. None of that information is reporting to the credit bureaus. And for your audience who might not know, credit bureaus are Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Those are the 3 top credit bureaus. There's a lot more. Those are the 3 main ones, right?
Okay.
So what happens is when you make your rent, you're just paying your rent. Boom. You get a house over your head, right? Or a roof over your head. But with our program, Credit My Rent, we're taking those rental payments and we're putting them and reporting them into the credit bureaus. So now every month that you make your payments, it looks like you're paying an account like any other regular credit card or a loan. You're paying that on time every single month. Wow. So if you've been renting for the last year, that can boost your credit score tremendously because, you know, credit history makes up 15% of your report.
Wow.
So, right. So that, I mean, I've had clients.
Where can people sign up at, man? Where can people sign up at? Because I know tons of people.
Right here.
Talk to me, man.
Absolutely. And look, what I'll do for you too, anybody that comes through, you know, your program, man, they get a discount automatically.
Oh, let's do it. Look, people, you heard it first on your Hear Me podcast. My man Joe Johnson, man, we're giving out discounts, man, to turn your rent and to boost up your credit, man. Credit to rent, man. That's an amazing program, and I appreciate you doing that for the podcast, bro. Blessings, bro. Absolutely.
Of course. You hear me? Everybody got to
hear me. Oh, that's super dope, man. And you're an actor, bro. You're a jack. It's like, man, you wear multiple hats, man. And it's amazing to me because when I met you on the cruise, we all kind of just clicked, man. It was that synergy going on. But so you act, man. Tell me a little bit about this acting career. How did it start? Where did the inspiration come from? And then kind of leave us with a you know, a little piece of the script of something that you've acted in, man. Leave the people, you know, wanting more.
I got you. Yeah, so that's actually my all-time passion. If you ask anybody who knows me, acting is my number one. My heart, it's my soul. I've been acting since I was 7 years old, right? Wow. I actually got introduced to it because my mom took me to a local community show. It was an off-Broadway production called Little Shop of Horrors. You may have seen it, but they made a movie of it back in the day where the giant plant came to life. It was eating on people and stuff like that. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
I'll look it up after this, though.
I got you. I'll send you some clips. I got you. So it was something about being in that theater and seeing the lights and the vibrant dancing and, you know, the colors. And so I told my mom, I was like, I want to do that, right? And so she put me into a camp. I did that camp for 2 years in a row over the summer. Fell in love with being on stage in front of an audience, that standing ovation, me in the spotlight. And so from that point, she saw I was serious about it. And so from 8th grade until my senior year in high school, I went to a school called Northwest School of the Arts. So when most schools had football and weightlifting class and, you know, all track, we had arts. We had music, we had dance, we had literally acting, and that was it. Those are my classes on top of my, you know, core curriculum classes. So basically that show called Victorious on Nickelodeon. You ever seen that show or heard of that show?
I don't think so.
Okay, it was a popular, so some people might know, so it was a popular show, but that's literally what it was like. I mean, people would be dancing in the cafeteria, man, breaking out a song in the courtyard. Like, it was a very artistic school. It was crazy. So, yeah, man, I did that. I studied in England for a little while.
How was that experience, just being over in a different country, bro? What was that like?
Amazing, amazing. The program's called British American Drama Academy. Chadwick Boseman actually is alumni from that program as well.
Wow.
So he always tells a story where Denzel paid for him to get into a program. That was that program. Denzel helped him get into that as an anonymous sponsor. I wish I had that. It was expensive, but it was great though. But yeah, man, I've traveled, you know, all over, man, to be able to do this. I've done touring companies, contracts. Just finished The Color Purple, the musical. I played a role called Mr. in that, and we just finished that last month. So it's been a great journey. You know, I tell everybody, anybody can act, anybody can get into the industry. It takes work, it takes passion, and, you know, you got to be disciplined because the opportunities don't just come to you. You got to go get them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, discipline is key. Discipline is definitely key, man. That tunnel vision. Absolutely, bro. Can you give us a little piece of something from The Color Purple or something? Can you give us a line or two?
I got you.
Let's do it. I ain't want to put you on the spot, but, you know.
It's all good. It's all good. So, okay. I'll jump into one piece. So this is basically, I think everybody probably knows The Color Purple, where Celie, you know, she puts her hands up. She says, "I curse you, mister." Right? So I'll do a little bit of that, okay? And I'm looking straight. You my Celie. Curse me. You can't curse me. You're black. You're ugly. You're poor. And you a woman. I should have just locked you up. Just let you out to work. Now get in there. There you go. I love it. little soft song.
Hey, bro, it was how you snapped in character and out of character like that. I was like, oh. Hey, that's super dope. Hey, man, that's amazing. Go check them out, man. That's super dope. I would love to catch one of your plays, man. You would have to send some info so the people can probably try to catch you live in person, man. That was super dope, man. That was amazing.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I got plenty more, so we'll definitely link up. I'll send you some content. I got you.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Hey, man, and lastly, man, one thing we want to start doing on You Hear Me podcast, man, is asking people about legacy. You're doing a lot. You wear multiple hats. You're acting. You're in VP. You're in finance. I know you mentor and you do a lot of other things. What is that legacy? What are you doing it for? You know what I mean?
I love that. That's a great question, especially for me, because that's why I'm doing it, is because legacy, to explain that. My name is Joe Johnson, right? Full name, Joseph Johnson. My mother is Angela Johnson, all right? My grandmother, who also had a huge impact in raising me, she passed away in 2013. Her name was Barbara Johnson, but her maiden name was Timms. So she got married way before my mom was born. So I don't even know who the original Johnson is, but all I know is that it's me and it's my mom. My dad's side of the family, his last name is Larry. So I got Larry, I got Timms, and we got two Johnsons. When I look at my friends around me and my colleagues, my peers, they always have these huge family events, huge, you know, family vacations and reunions. I don't have that. And so when I think about legacy, I realize that as the only son, I'm the only child, when I start having kids, same, right? When I start having kids, I'm responsible to carry on whatever this Johnson name is going to mean.
You hear me?
That's it. That's it. So everything that I'm doing, all the hats that I wear, it all comes into the place of I'm setting myself up for residual, because I will be a millionaire by 30 years old. It's already done. I said it at 17. Everything's been lining up to that. So I do so much. It seems like a lot, but it's all organized. Everything is for a reason. I knew that at a young age that I didn't just want to act and be auditioning for somebody. I wanted to be the guy that was helping other people get them to audition so they can come work for me.
Man,
all right. So,
talk
you know what I mean? I wanted to be a position. I got you. Look, don't get me started. Like, I want to always be that person, man. My favorite quote by Jay-Z is, "I'm not a businessman. I'm a business man." So legacies mean everything for me because I don't have nothing else to fall back on. So by the time that I'm 30, 40, 50, 60, I want to be able to say that my child not only has the fruit to be able to bear, he knows how to duplicate it as well so he can teach his child. It's not only so much having it, but teaching it, because I can get rich, have a child, they have no idea how to keep the wealth, and then it just falls apart. I'm not trying to create that. I'm trying to create a line of Rockefeller generation where 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 years and plus, they still talking about the Johnson name means something, and that's the legacy.
Generational wealth, man. Generational wealth. That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. Man, y'all heard it here first. We talked some financial literacy. We talked some acting. He even gave us some of that color purple splat. He put that splack on it, you know what I'm saying, man? Blessings, bro. And like we like to close, man. To the youth out there, to everybody listening, continue to be knowledgeable, continue to be intelligent, always persevere, and always set attainable goals for yourself and go achieve them. And we out. Yeah!
Overtime, victory's here when I know it's mine. Blue boy.